Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. And for those who are here for the first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Perfect. So in today's video we are going to talk about how to get to know yourself and the benefits that brings, like what you gain from knowing yourself. By that meaning, I am going to give you guys my best tips on how to get to know yourself better through journaling, because that's how I did it. So my first idea was to make this video about self-love, but then I realized that it's hard to love somebody you don't really know. You can't really love somebody that you don't really know. Therefore I decided that we're gonna start from the beginning, and yeah, I'm going to share my tips, my best tips on how to gain some self-awareness and how to get to know yourself better. Before we get into it, I just want to say that if you're really serious about starting this process of getting to know yourself, gaining self-awareness, I recommend for you guys to actually try different things. There are multiple videos on YouTube on how to get to know yourself better, and I believe that will be the first step of the process. And the best way to find out what works for you and what doesn't will be for you to actually try out different techniques. I am aware that there are many ways to get to know yourself, to gain self-awareness. It can be, for example, asking for feedback from people that know you. It can be by trying to find out what you're good at, what you enjoy doing, and through that getting to know yourself. And it can also be through journaling, which is what I am going to talk about today. I know that journaling can feel weird and sound hard, but I am going to give you guys my best tips, like I said, to make your journey as easy as possible and even enjoyable. So to start this process, the first thing you want to do is to start spending time with yourself, and that will require you to actually schedule in that time in your calendar. And by doing this, you're automatically going to gain a sense of importance, because often we do schedule things that are important, like work, meetings, interviews. So having yourself in that list will give you the same sense of importance, and that will automatically boost your self-esteem, give you confidence in yourself. So I'm a big believer in baby steps. I know that when we start a new growth journey, we're often tempted to go super extreme, set a target, but actually what you want to do is to just set a minimum. You want to make the podium. I believe that people in the competitions and stuff, people that comes second, they're more unhappier because they almost got there. But people that come in the third position, they're happier because they made the podium. So that's the attitude you want to have. You want to just make the podium. But that, I mean, when it comes to making time for yourself, you want to start small and then adding time once you get better, once you get comfortable with it. Because it's easier to get disappointed if it's your first time and you say like, okay, I'm going to sit down for 60 minutes. That's what I'm going to give myself. And then you're just able to give yourself 30 minutes and you just get so disappointed. You not making this 60 minutes that you decide to do. It doesn't not only just, make you disappointed. It also raises a sense of resistance to the practice. Because then the next time you just think like, oh, it's just so long time. You don't want to sit for that a long time. At the same time, you do want to grow, but it just feels so hard. So what you want to do is you want to set 5 to 10 minutes, and you're then more likely to do more than 5 minutes or do more than 10 minutes. And that will actually make you feel so much better, because you not only did the 10 minutes, you actually did more than that. So when it comes to journaling itself, I would actually recommend you to get a book, because writing in an actually book will bring you like a sense of isolation and intimacy to the practice, where you don't have your phone or your computer because you can get easily distracted by your phone and computer, and that can be like just checking other apps when you feel like, okay, you don't have anything to write, you just fast check in another app or answer a message. You get what I mean. Also, there is a lot of science that shows that writing with pen and paper are conducive to creative writing. So there are many ways to journal, and I am going to bring up 3 of the ones that I've tried that I know works. The first one is when you come or when you decide to sit down with the intention of journaling. You decide that, okay, I am going to sit down now and I am going to write in my book. And if you decide to try this one, what I would recommend to you is to come prepared. By that I mean you need to have your questions ready, like the questions that you want to answer to yourself. If your purpose of journaling is to get to know yourself, that can be, okay, why do I genuinely enjoy doing? And then you sit down and try to listen to your thoughts. Or if something happened during the day and you just want to get clear with like what actually happened, and then that can be, for example, if something made you sad, like, okay, why did that person make me sad? And then you just sit down and think about that for the time that you have said that you are going to sit down with your thoughts and write it down. Like I said before, on this technique, you do want to set a minimum and not a target, because it can become very overwhelming, especially when you come with the intention that you are going to write. So setting 5 to 10 minutes will actually be better. Setting a minimum can also be that since you've come with the intention that you are going to write, for you to feel better, like setting a minimum could be you deciding that you are at least going to write 2 lines instead of being like, okay, I have to write 1 page today. You can come with 2 lines or 1 line, because you feel so much better achieving these 2 lines instead of if you decide to write 10 lines and then you just do 8. You just feel so disappointed. Setting mini goals like this will allow you to enjoy the process more, because I do believe that you will always be able to go beyond, for example, these 2 lines or these 5 minutes or these 2 questions, and that will motivate you to want to grow more. So the second journal technique is to just sit down and do nothing. And when I say nothing, I really mean nothing. No phone, no computer, no TV, like nothing. What you want to do when it comes to this technique, you want to try to be present as possible. It helps to try to think about the things that are in the room, like, okay, I see a sofa, I see this TV, just trying to be as present as possible. Also, what you want to do is to listen, because when you don't have any distractions, you actually hear your thoughts. I know that can feel scary and weird, but it's not like a voice from outside. It's your thoughts, but you can hear it clear. Also, just like the first technique, if this is your first time, you've never done this before, what you want to do is also to start very small. That can be 5 minutes, and if 5 minutes sounds too much, I know I actually started with 5 minutes and that was a long time. So 2 minutes, just give yourself 2 minutes, and I'm positive that you actually go beyond that. The first minute will feel quiet and boring, but just give it time, and with the second minute you'll start to hear your thoughts. And what I like about this technique is the fact that you don't have this pressure of actually journaling, of actually writing anything. You can write something if you find something interesting, or if you find something that you feel like, oh, I want to write this down. But here, what you're just doing is spending time with yourself, because you can't get to know somebody unless you're spending time with them. The focus is not on the actually writing. The focus is on you just spending time with yourself and getting comfortable with being alone. Doing this will later allow you to develop self-love for yourself, because if you are comfortable spending time with yourself, obviously you like who who you're spending time with. Doing this practice will allow you to see, do I feel comfortable spending time with myself? And then if you do this multiple times and you just don't feel comfortable with doing this, then you can use the first technique next time and be like, okay, why don't I feel comfortable being with myself? And then just sit with the thoughts, and the answer will just come to you. I promise you, because the answers that you're looking for, they are not out there, they are inside you. So the last technique is the one I started with, which is to write your story, your life story. Start from what you remember or what you were told before what you remember to where you are today. I find that to be super helpful because it gives you an overview on who you are and how you were made, because everything that happened to you, everything that you went through made you who you are today. So gaining this view will arouse an interest on some of the stories. You want to maybe dig deeper on some of the things, and whilst you digging deeper on some of the things, that will allow you to getting to know yourself better. Like, why did I feel this way in this situation? Oh, I always thought it was my fault, but now when I think about it, it was actually her fault. And then it can also be that you recognize some of the feelings that you felt when you were younger, that you feel in similar situations. That will give you a backstory of where that comes from and why you are the way you are. So guys, those was my 3 tips on how to start your journaling process. So feel free to try them, and let me know on the comments if you have tried them, and let me know which one works for you or which one sounds interesting for you. Thank you for watching today's video, and don't forget to like the video, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I see you. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed it.